So we had two new stadiums in Central Texas debut last week, one in Abbott and one in Live Oak, right here in Waco. So I thought this would be fun. What do you think makes for a good high school football stadium or venue, I guess? Maybe it's more than just the stadium itself, the atmosphere. What are some of the your personal favorite places that you've covered a game?
If I have to come home and put on like a compression pack on my back, then your stadium sucks. Okay? Like if my back hurts when I
Who are
leave
you calling out?
Where did that happen?
in several places. But no, I feel like for me, if I have a good view of the game, if I have easy like an easy way to get down to the field quickly after the game, and if the food is good, then we're
Food
set.
does help.
Yeah.
So
Um,
Gatesville.
so
Gatesville.
Gatesville. I mean, Gatesville's press box is a little packed, but you know, it checks off all those boxes. So, I mean, mid Waco ISD is always, you know, real nice. They have a nice setup up there. I wish it was easier to get on the Wi-Fi. But I mean, we can always get around that. No, I mean Panther Stadium, which I haven't gotten to go very often because, as we said, Brice kind of hogs those games, but you know, they've got a nice setup.
Bryce won't be a dad to a Midway student forever, so
On the subject of Panther Stadium, this struck kind of a nostalgic chord with me because uh, Panther Stadium used to like walk up kind of you come in the stadium, you walk up this hill behind, so you walk up this hill and you're above the bleachers. Like it's still kind of that way because when you walk in, there's a section of bleachers down below you. But it used to be like you had the concession stand at the top above the bleachers, and you kind of go in the door right there, and you just go up the stairs, and you're in the press box, and kind of a nice, good press box for like the old era stadiums, and that was just kind of a cool setup that they had there back in the good old days.
what are your choices there, Chad?
Well, I put Gatesville on my list too because it kind of has that same thing. I like when stadiums kind of use the natural features that surround them. Another one that does that is Crawford Pirate Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Kind of buried in
Um,
the woods almost.
Yeah, I like the
yeah,
view. I like
yeah.
that it's not like super high, like you feel like you're part of the game and the atmosphere
You're
because
right in there. They don't have a
yeah,
track either, so that's something.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Um, and you mentioned Waco ISD Stadium, and I thought Thursday night was so cool just to have like good student sections and a lot of people on both sides. Being down in there shooting that game really felt like you were in an atmosphere, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Waco ISD Stadium, I think, does that well because they have kind of the grass bowl, like the grass end zones that come down, and when you get a super big game there, even I think sometimes people sit in those seats as well, or have at some different points in the past, which that's a really cool idea to be able to do with the stadium. I wish we had, a few more giant games in there. It's too bad. I like the Jerry World concept of single site state championship, but I also kind of miss having some of those games here in town. I
Yeah.
think that was cool. And uh, let's see, I mentioned McCamey Stadium in Gatesville. Uh, Waco, I see Mejia Black Cat Field. It's got
With,
an
with the
interesting setup.
awning, with the
The
awning.
awning and the press box is actually on the visitor side,
Mm.
right? The press box is on the visitor side, and so it looks back across at the home side
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
awning.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, that's a good one. They have actually just renovated Black Hat Stadium
Mm-hmm.
and they I think they renovated the awning, but they kept, the awning because it's so
Right.
iconic.
Mm-hmm.
Another good one I will mention, I don't know, surely Chad, you've covered a game here. Maybe you have too, DJ. Cameron, have y'all been to Cameron?
Oh, I haven't covered a game there, no. I've been to Cameron plenty of times because
Right.
it's right next to
It's
Rockdale.
so it's worth going. They have a sort of like old I think it was built in the FDR days.
The
Uh
Works Progress
Works
Administration with the
Progress
Rock
Administration.
Stadium and stuff.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got it's sort of got this rock facade and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
very very cool feel at Cameron. That's a good one. And another one I'll mention that now, basically is defunct. because it's basically just their practice field, but where Live Oak was before.
Live Oak, yeah, yeah.
I've done a couple of games there, and it was just so cool having the silos in the background.
I know. Isn't that amazing to have grain silos? Isn't that the most amazing thing you've ever seen, to have grain silos with Christmas lights on them?
It just, I mean, it feels very Waco now, whether you're going to be cynical about it or not. It's just very Waco.
I'm annoyed by the fact that they had to put a Magnolia branded suite in the berm at McLean Stadium when that was the only affordable space to get tickets at, like on a consistent basis. But
you can't let opportunities to make money slip in this world of college football. You got to sell everything.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been to the new Live Oak Stadium, even though it's like right down the street from me, but I've been to their baseball stadium.
Right. It just opened up last week.
Yeah.
And the baseball stadium and the football stadium, that's part of the whole big complex.
They are right next to each other. It's like
behind the 7-Eleven.
Yeah, that 7-Eleven over there on Franklin.
Yeah.
That's a rough spot, man.
All right. So go out and find you a good stadium this week.